Hey guys, Kevin Feige here. I know you know who I am, but I like to repeat my name. Yeah, we got a lot of things coming down the pipe. Where we got Eternals just dropped. We got Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. Marvel's never gonna stop. Oh man, I can't wait till the next week happens. What is this coming out of me? Oh my god, where am I? Harrison the Judge? Are you holding me?
This is Robert Iger, the president and CEO of Disney. I just look like a celestial because, basically I run all this. And yes, I'm holding because basically I run all this. Now, Kevin, we need to have a conversation because Phase 4 of Marvel is not turning out as well as it should be. Used to be the golden goose, Kevin. Now, it's not the way it should be. Eternals, it's not that good. And the rest of Phase 4 is on shaky ground.
How?
Can we say Black Widow? Yeah, that part.
All my fault.
Yeah. So I need you to get this together. I created you to make me money to be the golden goose. And now you're playing with my emotions, Smokey. I mean, Kevin. So get back down there and get it right and make me my money.
Please don't drop me.
5 hours of summer, once a week. Hey, 5 hours of summer, one Saturday morning.
All right. It's time once again for yet another episode of Color Commentary.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Bro, you just
had the craziest dream. I just had the craziest dream. I was Kevin Feige, and I just got done creating a movie called The Eternals, and it sucked.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so glad that wasn't true.
No! Okay, I don't know what happened right there, but yes, Eternals did happen, and I'm Rashad, your host of Color Commentary, and I'm going to be joined today by my co-host.
Chuck Taylor here, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Want to be all in your lives.
Yes, we are talking about Eternals. I'm going to turn it over to my co-host here, Mr. Chuck Taylor, to go ahead and get into this movie. Mr. Chuck, people want to know what you thought about it.
Oh, what I thought about Eternals.
Yes, sir.
No, it's the next Marvel great hit. What do we expect? I mean, great job. I think I'm gonna be real and serious. Okay, not like the comments of all the Marvel fanboys and girls on the Rotten Tomatoes score. You guys know this movie was born. You tell me how beautiful it looked, the cinematography or whatever you want to call it.
Magnifique.
The ending, what they set up for the next Marvel movie, that's great. I must say, it did set up some good things for phase 4 or 5? We on phase 4, right?
We're on phase 4 right now.
Okay, so set up good things for phase 5. Right now. We got some good things coming in there, but that doesn't count as the movie being good. Okay, I want y'all to stop saying, "Oh, I'm so excited for next phase." The movie itself was boring. Sorry, I ain't gonna try to say it was so much. No, it was boring. They did not do a good job of this film. It does not connect well with the audience.
It does not.
You go in and out.
I thought you were gonna say it doesn't connect with
the other audience. Is definitely not gonna like this movie because it does not keep you compelled to watch it. It's like very long scenes of staring music. It definitely reminds me kind of what we all Marvel fans, a lot of us always hate so much with DC. It was Zack Snyder's stuff. It looks great, and the soundtrack and the music is wonderful. And oh my gosh, I just feel so but it's a Marvel movie, guys. This is not the opera. This is not some super drama filled thing that we pay to see a Marvel movie. Okay, so you can have the new aspects of how you want to run this new franchise, but keep the stuff that actually makes money.
Right. Yes,
okay. No. People are not going to rewatch this because it's not the greatest to rewatch. I've already tried.
Reason to rewatch this.
And I'm gonna tell you that I did not go in saying that, I think it's gonna be bad or something, because I knew nothing about Eternals. I love Marvel. I love almost all of their films. A couple of them I didn't like so much, but I really like Marvel a lot. But I can be honest, the casting, to me, the main character, the lady on my, be my left on here,
Minerva.
I'm sorry. She did not, she shouldn't have been the lead on that.
I would agree with that.
She was like a side character playing the lead role.
Or at least she should have been written differently at the lead. Maybe it's not her fault.
And old boy here in the top was the dude that can mind control.
Okay.
To me, they left so much on the bone for this dude. Like, he seemed like he could have been a really good part of the movie to really like change how it was. He's just like a little background character that they just sprinkle in a little bit at a time.
Okay.
You know, he could have had the Loki thing. He could have really took over a lot more on the movie. And my black dude over here, man, like, I mean, they went the whole half of the movie without him. And then he gets in to throwing some jokes every once in a while. I know they're trying to show the diversity and everything, but I'm sorry. This is a mess to me. It did not flow well. I like the fight scenes. I'm not gonna say the fight scenes were bad or nothing. It was so long before another fight scene that you're like, what's going on? And then the plot took so long to unravel, but it wasn't that complex of an issue.
Okay.
You know, this is a spoiler, right?
Yeah, we're all in, man.
Okay, so yes, okay. We learned that the Celestials had another, thing going on with the Eternals. That it wasn't just the cookie cutter. You're the superhero. You saved the day. I mean, we all figured that out early in the movie, and them finding it out after 2 hours of the movie, kind of pointless. Like, the only thing I think that kind of really woke everybody up was that what's the
Icarus?
Superman dude. Yeah, Icarus was the betrayer. Like, we knew one of them betrayed. We knew somebody did. We didn't know who it was.
Right.
So, I like that twist. I kind of saw it come about an hour and a half in. He was just a little too sinister with everything. And I'm like, okay, so once I found out he knew, I was like, okay, he probably did something stupid with that. But to me, it just was missing a lot to like want me to really enjoy this movie. Will I go watch again? No. Was it better than Black Widow? I don't think so, because Widow to me had at least an established character, and the movie I actually enjoyed. I could watch the movie. I watched Black Widow a few times, so I can actually watch the movie. This one was kind of like, I'm gonna watch parts and I might play it in the background, but to me, I'm gonna say no. Maybe the next Eternals will be awesome because they don't have to go through these backstories and this love triangle that they got going on, and they can start adding in what's the night guy, the night character,
Black Knight,
from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Black Knight.
Bring him in here. Maybe they can have some more battles with some Celestials and things like that, because that part was pretty good when they started teaming up at the end. Mm-hmm. And where was your boy over? Where
was who?
That dude, this dude right here.
Oh, the Indian dude? Yeah.
Where were you in the last 45 minutes of the movie, bro? Did you just take your check and go cash it in? Because it literally did not show up. I'm like, I
guess my movie career is over, so let me go ahead and get ready for the next one.
I'm like, okay, I heard he said he wasn't going to fight them, but I didn't really believe him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I figured he'd at least show up at the end to help save, I had to come and save my family. No, he was like, I ain't coming back. I got movies to make.
Right.
And his boy, his assistant was probably the best part of the movie. What was his assistant's name? That was filming. He said, did you get that? I got that, sir. Like, his whole part of me had me roll in the movie. That was like the comedy portion of the movie.
Right.
He couldn't bring it all together. And they only got my girl, Angelina Jolie. I'm like, y'all got Angelina Jolie on the movie, and y'all basically made her a mute character.
Right.
Like, she can't even speak in part. Like, y'all should gave her that role.
They should switch roles, right?
Crazy a little bit. I'm like, come on, it's Angelina Jolie. Like, I'm sorry, y'all should have did more with that. I'm not happy with you more with that. Like, have a superstar on the dang roster, y'all just venture.
Right, basically.
just let her play with some air. And
just had to go crazy.
I'm going crazy. CGI. Then my boy back here, all he do is just play with his fingers all day and making like he's Iron Man back there. And I don't know. It's just, and I didn't see no black people. I didn't see that one. I'm like, I'm sorry. The brother's like, he can't be the only one in the whole movie.
Hey, your girl, Makari's black.
The girl, yeah, she's the deaf girl.
She's blackish.
She's blackish. She's blackish. But I'm just saying, like, the people that you saw like in the world, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on, guys.
Right.
You can't just be helping out one race. People. Come on. If y'all here 4,000 or 5,000 years, come on now. Throw a couple different races up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Help out some other events. But,
yeah, not for that. That was against Harrison's will to help out.
He cannot help. He couldn't help slavery, none of that. He didn't help none of that.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a little place called Wakanda. I'll probably help them out.
Yeah, y'all supposed to go. He was like, y'all supposed to go help out y'all people. They were like, nah, we're gonna keep our borders closed. You know. What help? Who we supposed to help?
Yeah, bro. So it sounds like you really loved this movie. Sounds like it was.
I loved it. It was great.
Top 10, top 2, top 1 movies of Marvel. Yeah, man. I have to say I agree. I'm not gonna come in from as harsh a perspective initially, though. I'm gonna talk about the things that I like, because there's a lot of things in this movie that I really, really liked. However, when I get to the negatives, you will see that those negative things really kind of outweighed it. But as far as the things that I really like, first of all, the fight scenes I thought were really almost all really good. One of my favorite fight scenes was Makari versus Icarus, and how she was just going to town on your boy, boom, boom, boom. Because I knew, they were going to. The thing that always happens with speeds is you trip on I can actually see you real quick, but that happened with the Deviant. But Makari caught it one time. But for the most part, she was just laying into your boy, and there was nothing he could do about it. That's like, okay, finally we get to see what Flash and Superman looks like. Say what now?
Did you think that Invincible was about to happen to old girl?
You gonna rip her in half?
You about to catch that monkey. I was like, I was thinking that when she was like just whooping him up for a while. I'm like, this look like it. It doesn't end too well, bro.
Thank God it didn't. And then your boy Fastos, I really loved him fighting Icarus too, because you could tell he had a problem. It was probably Icarus that told him he couldn't help the black people. Like, you know what? I've been trying to clip your wings for a long time.
I did like that part.
Yeah. He had your boy locked down.
She was with lasers out or nothing.
Right, exactly. Like, okay, all right, I like that. That was really good. And then the fight scene with Icarus versus the Deviant, where the Deviant had him by the back of his head and was holding his head down and stuff, and he could shoot his eyes, but he couldn't get around. I thought that was really good, because I was really concerned about your boy. Like, this don't look good. Like, I really thought, is he gonna die? Like, I was into that. I was like, is somebody gonna help him?
No. No, they're not gonna help him.
He's been working for a solid hour and a half now. Is anybody gonna do anything? Then your girl came in. It's like, I can't really change sentient life, but I can now. No explanation for that. I really like Angelina Jolie as Thena, but I have some things I'm gonna say about on the negative part of that as well. A lot of people were really concerned about the casting of Angelina Jolie in this movie, because they like to see, a more unknown actress in these movies, and I can get with that. But for me, everybody else except her and Selma Hayek. But in terms of her, there was only one scene in the entire movie where I felt like that's Angelina Jolie. Like, she has a certain presence, and she tends to bring that presence to all of her movies. But I was really able to get into her being Thena and not Angelina Jolie. So I thought that she did a good part. The only part I say that I felt like, that's Angelina Jolie, is like she was at the kitchen table and she just looked seductively at somebody. It was like, okay, that's Angelina Jolie. But other than that, she was Thena. All right. I really liked the betrayal of Icarus. I did not see that coming, and I'm the guy that sees everything coming. It's very hard to catch me off guard. I had my eye on Sprite. The whole movie, I was like, I don't trust that little girl. I don't trust her.
Oh boy.
You know,
she came out a little bit at the end, with the in the back and stuff. You know.
Yeah, she pulled that Loki maneuver.
Yeah.
But as far as Icarus being the killer and all that, I did not see that coming. So I really enjoyed that. So there's a lot of things I did like about this movie, but there's a lot of things I didn't like. One of the main things I didn't like is how they changed the background of the Eternals for really no good reason. You know, it's not like, for me, like as a comic book fan, I'm not one of these purists where things can't change. Like, I'm okay with Iron Man creating Ultron, standing Hank Pym, and all the other changes that they've made. But most of those changes, they kind of make sense. This change didn't make sense. Like, it was perfectly fine. Everything was set up for the Celestials just to come to Earth, divide humans into 3 groups, the Deviants, the Eternals, and the rest of us, and call it a day. That was perfectly fine. But now the Eternals are space robots? Okay, well, that makes me care about them a little less. It also makes me say, so they're like Ultron? And then the other thing, here's the biggest problem with that, is Thanos a robot?
Yeah.
Like
that part.
They're causing more problems than, they're causing more questions.
They did not need to even go there. I'm like, and the way that they try to explain it, it's so funny. It's like that last little part on the end of the movie. Do you want me to make you human? I have a little bit of power left. Like, really? Y'all could just left them, organic beings. Y'all don't have to make them synthetic. I can't, I mean, I guess Judge Jude did say that he said he made them that so they didn't want them fall. But I'm like, y'all just cut your foot up right.
Him just making them. I'm fine with that. But I didn't need to see the robotic structure underneath. Like, okay, so they're robots. Like, that's.
So he gave them human parts because they had to make a love scene in this for some reason. They had to have on the beach love. Like, what were they using? Did they have any parts?
A robot. When they were taking them to Pound Town, it was, everything had to be well lubricated. Also, this movie doesn't tie in well with the other Marvel movies, and the thing about it is, does it actually have to? The premise of this movie makes it so that it should, because if you're introducing like a brand new movie, like let's say Guardians of the Galaxy, it didn't really have to tie in with the other movies because we're here in space. We don't have anything to do with what's going on in Earth. It's all good. But in this movie, these people have been on Earth for thousands of years, okay? They should definitely tie in to the Marvel in Marvel and provide additional insight and interest into what's going on. And they didn't do any of that. They had a perfect opportunity to tie in to Shang-Chi. They just chose to drop that. They had a perfect opportunity to tie into Thor because of all the Marvel characters. Thor is the one that has been around for 1,500 years. Yeah. And they had a perfect opportunity to just do a Chris Hemsworth, cameo real fast, Loki cameo real fast. Nope, they decided not to do that. And other things, and yet I'm trying not to be this guy's like, oh, well, I want it to go a certain way. All right, forget those things. Let's think about Arishem the Judge's effect on Earth. And also the Celestial. Okay, so Tiamat, I'm expecting them to stop Tiamat before he comes out. No, this dude got his hand and his face fully out to Earth, causing tidal waves. That's a problem. Yeah. I've watched YouTube videos about tidal waves and natural disasters. That much Earth moving. Yeah, that's a really big tsunami type of problem. That's just affecting the whole Earth, and they're not going to address that. And then now there's a giant face on the side of the Earth. It's like no other Marvel movie that I can think of other than Endgame has had such a lasting effect on the rest of the Marvel universe. Like most of them, this thing happened, but it's it's still relatively contained. This is a worldwide thing that there's a giant face on the side of the planet. And there's natural disasters. Now, so what's going to happen is now you have the next movie that comes out after that. Are they going to not address the fact that there's a giant face on the Earth?
No, they too busy wearing that Spider-Man's Peter Parker.
Right.
care about no face and no giant being that just shook that everybody on the whole half of Earth saw. No, we worry about, Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Exactly. So it doesn't tie in well. I also didn't like what it said about humanity. The fact that basically everything that humanity did, her faces did, like, bruh. We couldn't make a plow. We couldn't make a plow.
Without plow.
Oh man, I didn't like that. I definitely didn't like that. And again, going back to Thena's character, I love Angelina Jolie's portrayal of the character, but what the character did, she was completely worthless the entire movie. She had no real redemption arc. Stop watching the game.
I was stressed, bro.
Just right, all right. Bringing back Erickson the Judge on you. But yeah, man, she really had no real redemption arc the whole time. She was a liability basically the entire movie, until the very end. Mm-hmm. At the very last second, that's when she sliced off your boy's head. Other than that, it would have been nice to see her have an active role in helping them to stop Tiamat or fighting off several deviants or something. Never. And that was very disappointing.
It's like they had a whole lot of things that could have made the movie really good.
Right.
But they should just to keep it bland.
Right.
Focus more on the music, the visual effects, the love eyes, I call them.
The music wasn't all that good, I'll be honest.
Well, now I'm talking about the scene, the music that makes the scene. You gotta feel how the scene, and then you look at the waves and you look at the girl over there and they gotta just love you. That's not love you. But that's the whole movie is just that. I'm like, please, this is Marvel, guys.
I didn't hate this movie because I had seen Dune before this, and Dune is a slow movie. I know you like. I know you're gonna say I liked it. I liked Dune.
I know, but I can
Dune is
understand
a slow movie, and so having watched Dune, my expectations as far as pace was a little bit. I didn't have to see Infinity War levels of action, but this movie is slower than that one is. And so my number one complaint about this movie is probably about an hour too long. Like a whole hour, literally an hour. The fight scenes are good. The relationships are good. The acting is good. It's a beautiful movie. There's so many good things about this movie. It's way too long. If you take out a lot of that stuff, and also, and the Indian dude, he was cool. I don't know why they got rid of the Japanese samurai guy and had him going meow, 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 meow. Okay, that was kind of too much. I did like your boy though, like you said, but I was disappointed in the fact that he did not have anything more to say about humanity. He sucked at that point. The Indian dude, the other Indian dude, his valet. He spoke up at one point, bro, you supposed to be like, hold on, bro, where you leaving? Where you going? I live on this planet. All right, you need to do something.
It was great. If we had a freaking Avengers just snap everybody back in the system, bro. Infinity War. What? I'm sorry. To me, these guys are I'm sorry. The Avengers are way better than them.
Okay.
They don't hold a candle to these people. So that's what made me, I wanted to see this team is the Eternals. So this is supposed to be the mecha team. This is the extreme all-stars,
Mm-hmm.
No, these guys is whack. I'm sorry. They're whack. They're whack. The uniforms are whack. I didn't like it. I didn't like them. I don't like them. I see why the comic books suck.
Wow.
Nobody wants to see this no more.
I don't really need a sequel.
Get this crap out of here.
I don't really need a sequel on this one.
No.
We're good. We're good on this.
Go Disney Plus or something.
All I need is one line in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, where he's looking over there and says, look what's going on in that multiverse. Glad I'm not over there. Boom. We're done. So, how would you rank this one, Charlie? Chuck?
You don't want to know. Out of how many Marvel movies we got?
This is 24, something like that.
Okay, it's 24.
24. I mean, 1 through 10. How many chucks would you give it?
Oh, 2, maybe 2.5.
2.
3.
Okay.
If it was not a Marvel movie, I would give it more. But since it's like Doom, like you said, I like Doom, but Doom's not a Marvel movie, so I had to I'm learning how they're going to do their movie. So
right.
It wasn't like I have something to expectations or something like that. It's just this movie should have been done a little bit better to tie it with the rest of the movie, because that's what Marvel does. Everything's supposed to go together.
Right.
They have movies that are completely different. There's no movies like this. I'm going to completely change the landscape. I'm sorry, it was not. I'll try. Don't do it no more. Stick to what you know.
I think you said it best at the movie theater itself. This movie would have been pretty decent if it were not a Marvel movie. And I would 100% agree with that. I think it would have been fine. If everything that happened in the movie without making any changes in the movie, I would have gotten over a lot of the things. But the fact that it does not fit in any way with the other Marvel movies, and this is a movie where the premise of the movie is that you've got people that have been here for thousands of years, that really, I don't like that. It really sucks. So, but I'm not going to hate on it terribly. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 chucks out of 10. No decimals this time, just 6. All right. But what did you guys think? Are you one of those avid Marvel defenders that no matter what, Marvel can't do no wrong? Are you real about this movie? Or perhaps you saw some things in it. Maybe you're not a Marvel fan at all, so this was a pleasant change. Please leave your comment here on Facebook or on YouTube or wherever new social media platform is there. Of course, you've got to subscribe to survive. This is Color Commentary. Let's just leave it at that.
Saturday morning.